Today we're checking out the new flagship S1 Pro 3D printer from FLSUN. The S1 Pro is a Delta 3D printer designed for high-speed printing. Delta printers keep the build plate stable and move the hot end around using a 3-arm configuration. This allows for faster printing so you can print more in less time. Now the first thing you'll notice about the S1 Pro is it's a big 3D printer. It measures just over 1 metre tall and weighs in at 41 kilos. It has a clean modern design built with a metal structure enclosed with metal side panels and glass front doors. The S1 Pro has a claimed maximum print travel speed of up to 1200 mm per second and an acceleration of up to 40,000 mm per second squared, which is super fast, allowing models to print almost twice as quick as most other popular consumer Core XY 3D printers that are currently available. To make the most of the vertical space needed for this printer, you'll find there's an integrated single spool holder at the top behind the glass door, which is also an actively heated filament dryer. This means you can dry the filament and keep it ready for printing. All the settings for the temperature and drying times can be adjusted and controlled on the touch screen. This spool holder also has a sensor to keep track of the amount of filament on the spool, and this is displayed as a percentage on the screen. At the front we have a large 7-inch high-resolution touchscreen. It has a nice clean user interface that's responsive and simple to use. This makes it easy to start prints or adjust settings. Next to the screen there are 2 USB ports used for loading files and exporting time-lapse footage. The print files can also be sent over Wi-Fi and stored on the printer's onboard memory. Just beside the USB ports is a power switch to put the printer in standby mode. At the side, there's the main power connection and power switch, a port for using external filament, and towards the top is a handle and the exhaust fan with a carbon filter. Another thing is this printer has an onboard UPS that stays on for about 20 seconds if there is a sudden power outage. This allows the print head enough time to Z-lift and zero to prevent the hot end from damaging the model. And if the power returns before the bed cools down, we can continue printing the model with the print resume function. Inside, the motion is using 3 closed-loop stepper motors with 3 sets of carbon fibre rods combined with belts and linear rails to move the print head at high speeds. The hot end can reach a maximum temperature of 350 degrees, and the printer comes with a 0.4mm hardened steel nozzle installed. And being a fully enclosed printer, the internal temperatures can reach about 50 degrees, which is useful for when printing more demanding filaments like ABS, ASA or nylon. On the bed there's a circular PEI sheet with a build volume of 320mm in diameter by 430mm in height, with a maximum cylindrical print height that's slightly less at 383mm due to the way the Delta system works. The build plate heats up quickly and temperatures can reach up to 120 degrees. What's interesting with the hotbed is it has different heating zones. These dual heating areas have an inner circle of 220mm and the outer area of 220 to 320mm, and the printer will heat up the section needed according to the size of the first layer of the model. For built-in smart features we also have auto leveling, an adjustable Z offset, motor calibration and vibration calibration, which makes it an easy and hassle-free 3D printer to operate. There's an internal camera used for error detection, capturing time-lapse footage and remote monitoring. And inside the printer we have 2 LED light bars to light up the model that's being printed, and these can be toggled on or off from the menu. So the printer comes in a huge heavy box that weighs about 50 kilos and is over 1 metre in length. Everything inside the box is well protected, and in the box we have the unpacking guide, there's an instruction manual for the printer's operation, the power cable, an accessory box with pliers, a glue stick, USB drive, a spare hot end, tools and assembly hardware. We have 2 plastic door handles, the front panel display, and a spool of FLSUN's white high-speed PLA. With the printer out of the box and unpacked, you'll notice the 2 glass door panels are safely packaged and secured inside the printer to keep the glass protected during shipping. The S1 Pro is 95% pre-assembled, so it's fairly quick to set up. All you need to do is to install the 2 front glass doors with the handles, then install the touchscreen by plugging in a few cables and bolting it to the frame. There's a few plastic clips to remove from the belts. Then the power cable is plugged in and the printer is turned on. The unboxing and assembly will only take around 10 to 15 minutes, but as it's a large and heavy 3D printer, it's best to get someone to help you unpack it and move it around. On the initial power up, it will run through the setup wizard to configure the language and the Wi-Fi. After this, it's recommended to complete the motor calibration, vibration compensation, and the bed leveling. With the printer set up, we can load some of the included high-speed PLA filament into the top dryer by feeding the filament through the tube and placing the spool on the holder. For the first print, we'll begin with a super fast, high-speed 8-minute Benchy boat that's included as a pre-sliced file on the printer. Watching the S1 Pro in action is pretty impressive. It moves so smoothly and the printing speed is amazing. And in just 4 minutes, it has already finished half of the model. The finished model printed in a total of 8 minutes, and it's the fastest Benchy I've seen printed. Looking closely, there are some imperfections with visible layer lines, soft corners, and not very accurate fine details. I think this pre-sliced model is to show off the printer's speed rather than its accuracy, so we'll call this one a Benchy-shaped object that printed super fast. So to see if the printer could do better, I printed another one at a slower speed, and whilst it's still not perfect, this one had a lot better details and an improved overall finish. Taking a quick look at the software, FLSUN Slicer 2.0 is based off Orca Slicer and will be a familiar layout for most users who already operate newer 3D printers. To connect the printer to the software, it's set up in the Devices tab by adding a name and the IP address, which you can find on the printer's display screen under the Settings menu. In the software, it's easy to prepare models for printing and adjust settings. One thing I did notice, it was missing presets for different layer heights and quality settings, so hopefully this will be updated soon. I think the software is super easy to use, sending models to the printer works smoothly, and it's good to keep an eye on the prints remotely. Plus now there's also a mobile app that you can use too. For more prints, we're printing this lighthouse model that's pre-sliced on the printer. It's a fairly quick print that takes around 1 hour and 15 minutes. The finished model printed quickly, although there were some small gaps visible on the steps, but rest of the model looks good. For the next print, we're printing a Mandalorian model with generic black PLA. When using generic PLA, the default slicer print speeds are set slower to a maximum print travel speed of 600 mm per second. This is about half the speed when using the high-speed PLA. The model is designed to be printed without any supports, and it's fairly quick to print, taking about 1 hour and 43 minutes. The finished print had some fine layer lines visible at the back, but overall the model turned out great. To change filament, we need to disconnect the tube, cut the filament with pliers, and then press on Unload on the touchscreen. We can load another colour or type, reconnect the tube and press on Load. Next up we have a flower pot model, and this is printed with Hyper PLA that's made for high-speed printing. The model is printed in 2 hours and 21 minutes, and the finished result looks pretty good with the bottom, sides and internal surfaces all printing well. This model is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's printed in 2 parts, a base and top section that are later joined together. The PEI plate holds the model well, and it's another good model to print. Looking closely, there are some imperfections on the small columns, but overall a decent print. For this last print, we're printing a wall hook using the FLSUN high-speed filament. What's interesting here is to compare the print times with other printers. The S1 Pro can complete the model in 1 hour and 12 minutes, whereas on a couple of other Core XY printers, the same model would take over 2 hours or 1 hour and 48 minutes. Which makes using the S1 Pro a huge time saver, and we can get more printed in less time. Most of the prints on the S1 Pro turned out well, especially given the high printing speed. I think it excels at fast prototypes and functional prints where fine detail isn't a high priority. It's easy to set up and use right out of the box, and with some fine tuning we could probably improve the print quality on high speed jobs. The printer is awesome for rapid prototyping or when you need something big printed quickly. It's faster than most 3D printers, though it can get a bit noisy at full speed. It's solidly built with plenty of smart features, and the built-in filament dryer is a nice touch. As a prototyping printer, it's a great choice since it's nearly as twice as fast as most consumer Core XY 3D printers available right now. Just make sure you've got enough space for this big Delta 3D printer.